Okay, right now I'm at Galati Trailhead. Galati Road Trailhead. Now, what direction do I want to go in today? I don't know. Maybe I'll go down this way. You hear frogs over there. Alright, today is Thursday, May 8th. As you can see over there, it's a different rental car. Had an accident with that other rental car. Piece of crap it was, the brakes failed. So now I got another rental car. And just found out that that lift gate doesn't work on this one. So, man, these rental cars are beat up. Remind me not to buy one. They're always talking about having vehicles for sale. I'm like, nah, I don't think I'd ever buy a rental car. I don't think I'd ever buy a used car, let alone a rental. Well, it's pretty nice out today. Right now, it's probably about, I don't know, 65 degrees maybe. There's that one time last June I saw a train here. I would love to see a train. The water running down there. I think the last time I was down here, last summer, we were having a drought and there was hardly any water in there. It's usually how it works. In the spring, there's a lot of rain. In the summer, there's not. Only our area has had a drought for a good couple of years, I think. Yeah, that's something to think about. These different cars. So I had that Jeep Compass. There's about 28,000 miles on that, I guess, that rental. And the brakes failed. And when I brought it in, well, they had to tow it, but when I exchanged it, the rental place told me that those Jeeps are notorious for, failing in different ways. And to stay away from them, if you're ever thinking of buying one. So, okay, so I get this Toyota right now. Just like last year I had a Toyota. And the lift gate in the back doesn't work. And that's exactly the way it was last year. I had a Toyota and the lift gate didn't work. Every time you're pressing the button or you're trying to open it, you hear it trying to work. You hear a little beep or whatever, but it just doesn't work. It's like, how does that happen? What is wrong? So, although Toyota's a great vehicle, you get a lot of raves about it. That guy's telling me yesterday, get a RAV4, it's the greatest vehicle and all that. And I'm like, yeah, that's what they say. But it seems to me that they could have problems with their lift gate. This vehicle right here is really low powered. It's kind of junk. So here's a little thing for checking for people riding on this trail. It's at mile marker 21.5. That Jeep was a turbo. It was about like a 2.0 liter 4-cylinder turbo. It said I looked it up, it said it was 200 horsepower. It was pretty powerful, but it was jerky when it shifted all over. It was just like shifting all the time. It was real jerky, and I didn't like it. Naturally, I didn't like the no brakes. That was a real big one. This vehicle here, it seems a little more spacious inside, because that other one was claustrophobic. But this one, the engine's pretty crappy. I like my V6. So, I'm thinking I'm not going to probably like that Equinox. Even if it's, a nicer looking vehicle, and it's pretty nice looking from the outside. That engine, it's not going to be good. I can tell you it's not going to be good. Alright, so here we are at Gilmore Junction. Now, just, I guess it was about a month and a half ago or so, I didn't come down this far. I came from Cecil Park, and I came down to the Venice Bridge, a little bit past the Venice Bridge, and I was getting tired. I wanted to go back. Let's go on the Westland branch right now. Look at that W0. Let's take a look at this water real quick. Yep, there's water. Cool. So now I'm leaning more towards that Passport. The only problem with that is it's a little bit too big for me, I think. But I like driving these smaller ones just in the last couple days. A little easier to maneuver and park and all that. But their engines are crap. And they're either that or their transmissions are crap. And this turbo business, I had a turbo charged Encore. This turbo lag is really getting to me. You press down on the gas and doesn't want to go right away. Then there's some jerky, you know, sometimes it'll quickly move out, but then it's, I don't know, I just don't like it. My Blazer, you press on that gas, man, you know exactly what's going to happen. And it moves. And it's smooth. And it's beautiful. The sound is beautiful. The feeling is beautiful. But GM's getting out of those, using those engines. So the other option, like I said before, is there was that Jeep option, but that's out the window. I am never getting a Jeep now. I don't care what anybody says. I've heard that they're not reliable. I drove one for a couple days, didn't really like it. The Cherokee, Grand Cherokee might be better than that Compass, but if it's not reliable, forget about it. So a lot of horror stories you read about online of how major, you know, repairs are needed soon with very low mileage. So forget that. Get it right out of your mind. Stop. Follow the directions. Stop. Yes. Yes, we must stop. And we stop again. And we look. And we see some cars coming, so we're going to wait. Should be able to make this. Hurry up. Well, this has changed quite a bit. The first time I ever came here, I can't remember now. That was fall of 23. There was more stuff here, and there was a giant tank right here, humongous green tank sitting right about here, stored here, and that was gone pretty soon, like early 24. That was gone already. This, like I said, has less stuff, but there's different stuff up here. There's cables, wheels of cables. There was that one time, I think it was in that October 23, when there was a deer over here. Just caught it out of the corner of my eye. I looked down, there's a deer sitting over here somewhere. He was just watching me, but he was sitting. spools of cable. Spools of whatever. And they're huge. This was in here last year. This is kind of like a junk dumping ground. Very organized though. I can remember there being some kind of a little like booth, like that booth over there, like a guard station type thing. There was some kind of booth right in here. I take it that this is just junk, storage for junk. Wow, look at all these different flanges and all kind of weird stuff here. Cool. Morris Mine. You know, when I think about it, yesterday, you know, they did that walk around with the vehicle. That guy did not attempt to open that tail lift gate, and I wasn't thinking straight because I had that accident, so I wasn't really like, you know, paying attention to every little detail. But I should have asked him to open that, or should have tried it myself. Would have found out it didn't work. I'm sure he knew it didn't work. He kind of glossed right over that. He's like, well, here's this, and then, okay, here's your gas. Here's where you put the gas in. Here's a little unlock deal inside, etc., etc. Having these claims to the insurance company has really opened my eyes to the fact that your agent is basically useless. I called my agent one time last year. They never got back to me. I didn't even need them. I mean, I went online and did everything online with the claim and everything. Yesterday, I tried to call them and let them know about this accident with the rental. Couldn't get anybody. Today, somebody called me. They didn't want to know anything about the details, because this claims department handles that. These agents don't do shit. Seriously. What the hell do you need an agent for? You're doing all the work yourself. You're calling, you're going online, doing whatever you have to do. I did that hail damage thing all by myself online. Nobody ever contacted me or anything. It's all handled. I'm starting to get tired. My leg is killing me now. This ain't so scenic. Scenic dump. Oh, here's that. I can see that booth up here. A gray booth. Forgot how long this thing was. This is huge. Yeah, I'm getting tired. There's the little booth. Anybody looking for a booth? Little security hut type deal. Security guard thing. And all these giant hoses. I'm going just up here to the end of this, and then I'm going to turn around because on Monday I did like more than 4 miles. Yesterday I did almost 4 miles. Plus I didn't sleep that much last night. Kept thinking about that accident. And a car park right there. It's got flat tires. So far I haven't seen anybody on this trail. Been walking for close to a half hour already. And we're coming up to that intersection, Hillmore Lane, I think it's called. Hillmore something or other. Yeah, Hillmore Lane. That's interesting, down there. Water coming out. Yeah. Stay on trail. This is nice out here. No horses beyond this point. This is a beautiful day. Now last year I went up here. I think that was the only time I ever did it. I think it was in May. And I went down this way towards, well, I guess towards Westland. And it wasn't too scenic. It would have been great if there was a train, but I'm not going any further. I went over a mile already. So here's a railroad crossing sign. Time for a alternate video. Alternate video. Stop. So that goes to Westland. This goes back to Cecil. Selfie. Let's get that sign in there. Tracks. Turn it around slowly. And there, that goes to Westland. Yeah. Alright, time for a little wall break. Oh, shoot. Oh, Christ, here comes that. I can't get this. I got it. Yeah, one time last year I couldn't get this open. I felt like such an idiot. I couldn't get that open last October, and I was like beating it up against the post, doing all kind of things to try to get that open. So naturally, I don't bring tools with me when I'm walking. Alright, so we went 1.1 miles. We're heading back. That's enough of this. Maybe I should have gone the other direction. The other direction goes towards McDonald. There's a place called Primrose. So like I said, what I do like about these smaller SUVs, these compact ones, is they're really easy to park and pull in and maneuver. Yesterday I had to pull into a tight parking space, and it was really easy. Beautiful. No effort whatsoever. If I would have had my car, my Blazer, it would have been tricky as hell, and I wouldn't have wanted to do it because it's too close. Taking real good care not to get it dented, except for when that hail comes. If I had that Passport, I think it would have been even worse. That thing's wider than my Blazer. So I don't know, man. I'm confused. See if you can get a smaller SUV, like, and then get a decent engine put into it. Let's see that tank right there. What does that say on the side of it? pretty cool. Huh. Another interesting place would be down at the bottom end of the Westland branch, W-4, 4 miles down. Start of the other end towards Cannonsburg. Actually Westland, but that's pretty nice down there. Yeah, that thing yesterday, trying to talk to the Enterprise roadside assistance. Those people were clueless on the phone. You're trying to explain where you are. They couldn't even understand English. Then they're sending me a text. They're trying to send me a text. And they're like, click on this, you'll click on a link and then it'll show you exactly where you're at, blah, blah, blah. They never sent the text. They said they sent it, but it didn't come through. That was a joke. I eventually got taken care of, but I don't know, man. Then this lady's telling me, well, can you just drive it to the location, to the Enterprise thing? I said, no, I can't drive it. I mean, I guess I could try, but I don't want to try. There's no brakes on the damn thing. What the hell do you want me to do? That's ridiculous. Firstly, that vehicle was pretty banged up. Who knows if it would drive any, good at all. Then there were no brakes, so forget that idea. She's like, is there any landmarks, businesses you could tell me? I said, nope. It's at the intersection of all these, various interstates and highways type thing. And I'm on the median, and there's no businesses anywhere around. This is just, roads. I'm hearing something. But they sent the fire truck. They sent the cops. That cop was pretty funny. He's like, I'm like, I don't know, this lady keeps asking me what coordinates. I'm trying to get that on my phone. There's a thing on there you can get the coordinates, but I said, I'm having a little bit of trouble. Can you do that real quick? He's like, I don't know about coordinates. He was starting to get a little frustrated with that Enterprise place. This is going slightly downhill now, so it feels a little better. I like having these videos because I can go back and see what something looked like. For example, on Monday, I was at the Greer Tunnel, and I said to myself, I didn't remember seeing those metal pieces on the Valley Brook Country Club side of the tunnel. So I went back and looked at my videos. In March of 24, they were not there, but in May of 24 they were there. So somewhere in between March and May of last year, they put those in. Don't know what those are for. Maybe it's for some future work on that section because they didn't do the liner. They didn't realign, that is what I mean. I really don't know what it's for. But their projects seem to take really long, spanning multiple years whenever they get the funding, so who knows if that'll ever be changed or when it will. That was way more scenic than this. Take a look at this over here, all this garbage. Saw some guy this morning said his vehicle was totaled from that hail damage. I mean, I guess they could have done that with mine too. The latest estimate is now $12,500. I mean, crazy insanity. My vehicle's worth more than that, so it's not totaled, but who knows what it's going to look like when I get it back. Looking at those pictures from their repair shop photos, they got everything all ripped out. Various body moldings and the ceiling liner and the door panels and you name it, man. They ripped that whole thing apart. Is it worth it? Well, it's worth it to me to not have to pay. Basically, you're going to pay that kind of money when you go to trade it in, and if you didn't get it fixed, you're basically paying for your own damage then, for the hail damage. And even more, you pay more. Like, I'll bet you if I went in there with that hail damaged car, when I went to do a trade-in, given that the estimate is now $12,500, I bet you they wouldn't even give me anything for it. A couple thousand, oh, your vehicle's beat up, it's a couple thousand we'll give you, or something stupid like that. So it's better to get it fixed, paid for by insurance. Then when you go to trade it in, they'll say, oh, your vehicle had damage, so we're not going to like it, we're going to give you less. But at least it looks better. I don't know, man, it's a big racket. The consumer always gets screwed in the end. Then, like with this, all this stuff gets reported, in the system, like that Carfax and everything. So you can't make it up. Say, oh no, my vehicle's never had any problems. They'll look it up and say, oh sir, you're lying to us. I got no reason to lie to anybody. It wasn't my fault. I had hail damage. Mother Nature. Like that lady this morning called me back from Allstate, and they don't have a freaking clue. Those agents don't really know what's going on. He goes, oh wow, I saw that you had another accident Now, you had a rental and they had another accident. I was like, what do you mean another accident? Firstly, I didn't have a first accident. It was hail damage. And then secondly, this vehicle, granted I wrecked it, but the brakes failed, so it wasn't my fault, and I didn't hit anybody else. So I don't like the way she phrased that, another accident. I said, well, let's get your facts straight. I don't want to get jeopardized, be jeopardized for stuff that wasn't my fault. All they do is they see your name and you had a claim, and now you got another one. It's like, oh, this guy's no good. Meanwhile, hail, Mother Nature, shouldn't be held against anybody. And then, given the facts with this rental, brakes go out. What the hell? What are the chances of that happening? The vehicle doesn't look like it's too old. It was only 2024, and it had about 28,000 miles on it. But it's a Jeep. So that vehicle was weird inside. It was real cramped, and you couldn't really see. Visibility wasn't too good. There's all these pillars, and then you're kind of sitting where there's stuff hanging down. There's the rear view mirror and other things, just kind of in your face. Geez, I'm so used to my vehicle. It's real nice and spacious. What was that noise? I can tell you right now, I'm going to miss my Blazer. Has a great engine, decent transmission, rides pretty smooth, great visibility inside, wide open, airy, spacious interior, etc. Don't have any kind of problems seeing anything, visibility and all that. I'm going to miss that. Now, if I get a passport, I'm sure that's pretty nice, spacious. Visibility is great and all that. Although it will be harder to park. You might ask yourself, what's more important to you at this stage of your life? Would you want to be able to park your vehicle better, or do you want the power? Both. So here we are at this is at Southland Road. Let's take a look at this real quick again. I like this right here. I think I'm going to do some selfies. Why not? Crazy. Kind of crazy with these selfies. Comes a vehicle. Alright, let's do this selfie right now. Selfie. Now, let me see. Where's that? Okay, so there's a railroad crossing sign. There's that Gilmore Junction hut. It's a nice picture. Boom. Freeze frame. Da-da-da-da-da. Freeze frame. Screenshot. Yes, gosh darn iPhone, Apple situation. They did some kind of an update again. And now everything's all screwed up with the photo and videos, and everything's all kind of mixed around. They just somehow reorganize things, and it's real hard to find stuff now. I hate that, man. You got a system all set up, everything's all ready to rock and roll. You're doing these videos, you're editing the videos, you're uploading them, etc. Then an update comes and changes everything, all your locations. Wait a second, where the hell's that photo at now? Where's that video at now? Then the other day, believe it or not, some photos from, when was that? 2019 showed up out of nowhere. Hi. Hi. Yeah, I was commenting on that one time on one of these videos, like, about how stuff somehow is gone. It could be even years, and magically somehow it just shows up somewhere on in your folders, in your files. I mean, what the hell? It's crazy. Don't ask me where those photos were. I thought they were gone forever. They showed up in some shared folder somewhere. I looked for those one time, couldn't find them anywhere. Spent a couple hours looking for them. So all of a sudden they magically showed up. So you wonder, is it looking back in time at various stages of your folders and saying, this guy used to have this in here like 6 years ago, whatever. Let's bring it to the front now. Let's look at this. Crazy ass graffiti. That time last year, that was so exciting seeing that train on this. I'd love to see a train. Only thing, like I said, if that train derails, there's nowhere for you to go, because look, this is fenced in. You'd have to eventually, try to jump over this fence. I don't think I'd be good at doing that, because look at this. If I try to jump over this, I guess I could do it. If you're forced to do it, you'll do it, If it's like a life or death thing, you'll find enough strength to do it. You won't be needing any convincing. You'll do it. It's like yesterday when I had that accident. I'm like, holy crap. No brakes. What am I going to do? I'm going to hit these cars. Or, I don't know, don't hit the cars. Go up on a median. And hope that slows you down. And that's what I did. Make a quick decision. If I would have hit the guy in front of me, I could have probably pushed him into the ones in front of him. It would have been a disaster. This way, it's only the one vehicle. There's that water again. Hi. So one time I was thinking, talking to these guys darn videos here, talking over my videos and saying that I didn't know if this was used, and then I came, well, it is used, because let's take a photo of this video. Come on, video. Yeah, so that goes towards Cecil, and up at the top, above Cecil, above Route 50, trains go up there, you can see them. That's where that comes from. It goes down this way, okay? It goes up there, but then it meets up with this down past that Galati road about a mile or so down. And that's where last year a train came from here, went down there, went all the way past, and then got onto this line, and then came back this way. Oh, it's really amazing. Yeah. Now, since we can, we're going to do this. Let's get some of this in the shot. There we go. My head is under the bridge. My head's touching the bridge. And down at on that Westland branch, you know, like this one goes down to the Westland branch. At the end of that, that's used because there's a company there that bought that all out, and they store their train cars there. The thing is with this hail damage, in conjunction with the new dollar amount for the estimate, it's also a longer calendar time. So now they're saying it won't be ready until May 23rd. It's supposed to be ready today. Today's May 8th. Now it ain't going to be ready until May 23rd, which means I'm on hold for looking. I mean, I can look at new cars, but I mean, for getting that all set up, trading a car in, I'm kind of on hold again. The longer you're on hold right now, the worse off you are, because of this, the whole unsettling nature of the business with the tariffs and all of that jazz. Who knows if the vehicles are going to be there when you're ready to get, to get something that you like is going to be there. Who knows? One thing I will say about Trump, I support Trump, but he's not being very clear. I think it's all intentional. He just likes to play games, Like, he doesn't want to give up any information. Like, he's like, oh, well, we'll see what happens, We'll see. That's a famous thing. Oh, we'll see what happens. What do you mean we'll see what happens? He said, well, we don't have to have a trade deal. I'll set the number. Meanwhile, they're talking about, like, how all these people are coming in. So for like a couple weeks, they're saying, oh, all these people are coming, all these countries are coming in, ready to make a deal. Everybody's flocking to the U.S. Then last couple of days ago, he's like, we don't need that. I'll just sign. I'll just make up a number and I'll set it. I'll set the deal. We don't need to make deals. I'll set the deal. It's like, what the hell are you talking about, man? let's go up here to this intersection. There's that fine rental car over there. That's a Toyota Corolla Cross, black color. I don't like black colors. I heard some beep or something go off here. Galati Road. Oh, that wasn't a beep on the phone. That was like a frog over there. The frog beat. You know, I'm not going to go down here anymore. I'm going this way. I'm getting out of this. So we are going back to the car. We're going to turn this camera off right now.